Those first two songs are story songs or folk songs from lands and people that are not my own, right? I'm not a Shaker or a Quaker, and I'm not Scottish, although sometimes I've wanted to be. I grew up black in this country, and black people in this country also have their own folk songs. We call them spirituals because they are so intense and so intensely meaningful for us. We also call them spirituals because they were songs that we made up when we were enslaved, when we were held against our will. My ancestors, my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather and such, were brought here when they didn't want to be here and forced to work with no pay. And they were treated horribly, horribly. They were tortured to get them to work for no pay. And so they made these songs called spirituals because, I don't know about you, but if you've ever been in a really tough situation, sometimes humming a little tune or saying a nursery rhyme to myself helps me. And for them, they made up these songs and these words that helped them keep their spirit and their soul together, to keep themselves going in an incredibly hard life. So when you hear a spiritual, you are hearing a story right away. Depending on the spiritual, it can be a story of adventure. We sing a song called Wade in the Water, which goes like this. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. And this one, the song says, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now you wade in the water. Wading is when you walk through a stream or a river. And you do this if you're being chased, especially chased with people that are hunting you with dogs. They hunted my people with dogs back in the day. And in order to get away, my ancestors would try to run through water because dogs can't smell you if you run through water. So wade in the water is a tip for escape, right? It's a code. So it tells you a very, very important story. If you listen to the melody, it also tells you a story, right? It goes... Now the first thing you hear is this, and then another zigzag, right? This zigzag, because it goes up, down, up, da 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 da, right? That's what you do if you're trying to get away from somebody. You don't run in a straight line so they can see you. You run like this. You sneak. Right? So that's what that song tells you, first of all. Second of all, it tells you to be persistent, to be stubborn, because it's repetitive. It repeats a lot, right? It goes... That's a lot of repeated notes, right? You heard this note, one, and then again, and then again, and then again, right? And then this note. You heard that before? And then the whole line is repeated. And then this little end. And there are a lot of repeated notes in there too. So it tells you not only to move like this, but it also tells you to keep going, to keep trying. So you put the words and the music together, and you have a story. So if I sing that song to you, you know a few things about me. You know that, well, hopefully you know that I'm black, because I'm singing this song, and I mean it, but also, you know that I'm persistent, hopefully that I'm courageous, and that I will not stop working for freedom. And I didn't even have to tell you any of that stuff out loud. I didn't have to say, hi, my name is James, I'm persistent, I'm stubborn, and I like to work for freedom. I can just sing the song, and you know what I'm about.